Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be presenting you with an MTG box analysis of a full Foundations collector booster case opened up by Lance over at the rip&ship channel. Lance put out an open call to analyze the case and I took him up on that offer. A big thank you to Moonshot Games and Lance for cracking open so many MTG products, allowing us to see what's inside. Before we jump into the case analysis, let's recap the contents of a case so we know what to expect. A collector case contains 6 collector booster boxes, and each box contains 12 packs. Each of those packs contains 16 cards. Of those 16 cards, one is going to be a double-sided token, one will be a full art basic land and foil, there's going to be 5 commons and 4 uncommons and can include borderless cards, and finally each pack will contain 5 rares or mythics. Now, exclusive to collector booster packs are the Japanese showcase cards, which appear in about 1 in every 11 packs, with English appearing 67% of the time and Japanese appearing 33% of the time. The mana foils have a pull rate of 1 in every 10 packs, and the special guests appear in 1 in every 18 packs. Finally, the fractured foils are the hardest to pull, with an average pull rate of 1 in 100 packs. To baseline, here's a look at the cards in the MTG Foundation set broken down by color and category. And here's a look at what you're eligible to pull from a collector booster pack. You'll notice right away that you'll never see any standard frame basic lands, and the only non-foils that you'll see are the borderless and extended art cards. Everything else will be either foil, mana foil, or fractured foil. Okay, enough about the set, let's jump into what these 6 boxes contained. The chart cycling on your screen are the individual contents of the 6 boxes broken down by color, category, and foil treatment. And here's a look at how the 6 boxes compare side by side. When we combine the 6 boxes together and look at them as a case, we can pull out some key information. This case contains 6 Japanese showcase cards. 4 of them were English and 2 were in Japanese text, which means that of the 72 packs, we saw a 5% pull rate on English and 3% pull rate on the Japanese. We also saw 7 mana foils, with 4 of them being rare and 3 of them being mythic for a pull rate of 5% and 4% respectively. There were 4 special guests in the 72 packs, which yielded a pull rate of 5%, but unfortunately, this case did not contain any fracture foils. Now let's switch over and start taking a look at coverage of the set based upon these 6 boxes. We ended up seeing 53 of the 60 cards in the borderless category, giving us 88% coverage, and 42 of the 46 extended art cards, giving us 91% coverage. In total, we saw 95 of the 106 cards in non-foil for a 90% coverage rate. In the foil space, we saw 351 of the 477 cards, giving us 74% coverage of the main set in foil. From the special guest subset, we ended up seeing 3 out of the 10 cards, giving us 30% coverage. Pivoting to coverage by rarity, from the main set, we saw 77 of the 80 rares we were eligible to pull, giving us 96% coverage. We also saw 18 of the 26 mythics, giving us 69% coverage. In the foil space, we saw 100% of the commons and uncommons, along with 111 of the 183 rares for 61% coverage, and 29 of the 83 mythics for 35% coverage. From a duplication perspective, we ended up seeing 305 cards duplicated 624 times, giving us a duplication rate of 58%. Before we get into the value of today's collector booster case, let's take a look at the current value of the Foundation set. This chart displays all 477 cards from the Foundation set using non-foil market prices as of release date November 15th, 2024. Currently, the set features 94 cards valued over $10, 25 cards valued between $5 and $10, and 102 cards valued between $1 and $5. The remaining 266 cards are currently valued under $1. As you might expect, the most valuable cards are going to be the fractured foils valued between $100 and $350. The next block of valuable cards are going to be the Japanese showcase cards, which range in value from $15 to $100 in the English version. And finally, the mana foils, of which there are 60, range in value from $7.50 all the way up to $120. But wait, there's more. Here's a look at the top 5 standard frame cards as well as the top 5 borderless and extended art cards from the main set. If you were to somehow manage to collect all 477 cards, they have a release day market value of $5,449.35. Now that we know it's possible, let's dive into the actual observed cards in the case. Now there were 143 non-foil cards distributed across the 72 packs. Of these, 23 are valued under a dollar. 99 are valued between $1 and $5, and 18 of them are valued between $5 and $10. But only 3 were valued over $10. There were 2 borderless twin flame tyrants and 1 borderless sire of 7 deaths. In the foil frames, this case contains significantly more value, but this is to be expected since 87% of these packs are foil cards. Now, in the 72 packs, we saw 778 cards valued under a dollar, 108 cards valued between $1 and $5, 16 cards valued between $5 and $10, and 29 cards valued over $10, with 23 of those being valued between $10 and $50. 6 of the cards, however, were valued over $50, including the Manifoil Kato, the Showcase Herald of Eternal Dawn in Japanese, Zamon in Manifoil, 2 Showcase Llanowar Elves, and the most valuable card in the case was the Manifoil Liliana Dreadhorde General, valued at $109.91. Now let's begin to compare the boxes side by side. For these 6 boxes, we saw between 22 and 23% coverage of the non-foil cards we were eligible to collect. In the foil space, that number jumped up to 32%. Nearly all the individual box duplication was in the basic land category, but there was one instance of a common being duplicated in box number 2. And here's a breakdown of the cards by rarity for each box. In this case, we saw between 48 and 51 rares per box, averaging out to 50, and between 9 and 11 mythics per box, averaging out to 10, not including special guests. Now let's compare the boxes from a value perspective. Again, we're using release day market prices for this comparison. Here's a look at the values that we saw in the 6 boxes broken down by rarity. Box 1 contained the most value in the special guest slot. Box 4 had the most value for basic lands. Box 2 contained the most value for the commons, and Box 4 again saw the most value for uncommons. Box 4 also had the most rare value with $152.93 in total value, but Box 1 saw the most value in the mythic rarity with an astounding $225.72 in value. When you add it all up, Box 1 saw the total most value with nearly $400 in card market value. On average, these boxes produce $316.57 in card market value, which is just slightly higher than the release day market price of $307.94. So how did this case perform? Well, the market price for a single box is currently $307.94. If you multiply that by 6, you get $1,847.64 for a 6-box case. In total, these 6 boxes produced $1,899.23 in card market value, which is a gain over the 6-box price of $51.59. This means that the case return was 103%. However, if we drill into cards valued just over $2, things don't look so great. The case contained 171 cards valued over $2 for a grand total market value of $1,533.20, which is only 83% of the 6-box market price. Luckily, Lance opened up this case before release when prices were not this high for sealed boxes. I don't know the actual cost that his customers paid, but I can tell you I was able to purchase a box from my local game store for $250 on pre-release night. While $307 is the going rate for a box, I don't expect that to hold, and I think we'll quickly see box prices return to the $250 to $275 price range. Thank you so much for watching this case analysis. If you want to go deeper in, you can download the full analysis for a nominal fee over on my website, or if you want to see just the inventories, you can download those for free. I'll put a link in the description. Thanks again, Lance, for allowing me to reference your content and perform the analysis. Until next time, do something amazing. Get early access to videos, download the analysis for every box open on the channel, and personally DM me, just like these fine people, all by becoming a member of the channel through YouTube or over at mtgboxanalysis.com. You'll find links in the description. Until next time, do something amazing.